So, first stage of the assessment, we're going to just have a look, observation. So, like we're saying, we're breaking it up into thirds. I'm looking at the upper part of the head, looking for any issues in symmetry. Again, looks good. If anything, I would say there's just a really slight deviation to the left of Moses in terms of his jaw alignment. But again, that's just one piece of information. So Moses, can I get you just nice and slowly open your mouth and close. Again, just do a few times, please. Now, I don't know if anybody can notice. Go again. Again, Moses. You can see just, it's very subtle, but as he closes, there's a little pull to the right before he comes back to the center. Again. And now it's starting to happen as he's opening because we're beginning to get some fatigue in the tissue because he's doing it repeatedly. Now, and I'm just going to get you to open fully, please, Moses. So again, I'm just going to measure top of the tooth down. So he's what? 6.5, so 65 millimeters. He's well outside the norm. He's got a, but he does speak a lot. Moses, I'm going to get you to.
Now you confirm I have a big mouth.
Scientifically. I'm going to get you to protract. So open your mouth and do it. Push your chin out and then let it rest and out again. So again, we're just getting them to do it a few times and out. Last time. Sorry, just getting them to do it a few times each movement just to induce some fatigue onto the tissue. That isn't too bad, but he definitely doesn't have the 4:1 ratio. He's not getting, so in his terms, because it's 65 mil, he should be getting like 16 mil of protraction. And I'm going to get you to retract one, so bring your jaw back towards yourself. So we're doing retraction. Good. And saying he has the movement available, but he doesn't have that 4:1 ratio. I'm going to get you to laterally deviate. So we're doing lateral deviation. One side to the other. So again, something that I think is more important is symmetry of movement than what the numbers may be. Because like we're saying, those numbers vary from text to text, whether it's 10 mil, 16 mil, 40 mil, 43 mil. But if symmetry is there and function is good, there's no pain. But obviously, if somebody's coming into you, they're coming in for a reason. Yes?
So while someone's doing that, if they're feeling tension, does that mean that there's like an issue? Is that what we're looking for from feedback? Okay.
So the question is, if somebody is doing this and they're feeling tension, does that mean that there's an issue in terms of feedback? Is that correct?
Yeah, like when they're giving us feedback, how do we know what we're looking for?
So in terms of feedback from what they're saying, so they might feel that there's tension in the tissue. They're getting fatigued, the tissue's feeling tired as they're doing this, which it will, because it's almost like a workout for your jaw. We're holding on to that information. So we're just going through the process, gathering all the information. Now, I could see that Moses had more range laterally to the left than he did to the right. Can I get you to repeat that, please, Moses? Sorry, it was the opposite. He's more range to the right than he does to the left. But yeah, so we're just gathering all, unbiased as for now. Although we all have very little hypothesis. As soon as we see someone, the process is just to help either confirm or deny. After that, we're down into palpation. So Moses, I'm going to start with temporalis. Starting just nice and relaxed. Okay, we're feeling a little something on this left side. And Moses, can I get you just to clench your jaw, please? So again, I'm getting them to clench. Tissue activation. And rest. Coming down. Just onto the TMJ itself. If we're ever unsure that we're on the right part of the joint, what we can do is just get, Moses, can you open your mouth, please? And you should feel the joint move again. So, and let it rest. Now, open again, please. And down. So, in terms of that deviation, going from right to left when he opens, it's much more prominent and noticeable with my hand. So I can feel the joint pull to the right versus the left as he's opening and then kick back. One more time, please, Moses. Yes. Can you see that, Lynn? Is that visible on the screen?
Which side do you need me to focus on?
Say this side. And open up. And down. There's like a little pendulum effect as he's opening and closing to that right side.
What are you actually feeling, like, in your hand?
So the question is, what am I feeling in my hands? If you can imagine, what we expect to feel is both parts moving in unison because it's a bilateral movement. What's happening is this goes and then this goes. This comes back. So they're not quite synchronized in their movement. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I'm going to get you to laterally deviate, Moses, please. And the other side. Good. I'll let that rest. So I'm just going to get Moses to turn his head to the side because we're going to go. You can do Masseter bilaterally, but because I want to get in and try palpate the medial Pterygoid, we're going to go to the side. Also, what I should actually add is with that movement, so as the jaw is opening and closing, as it's coming back, whichever side it pulls to first on the way back, that's the side that we will actually consider the symptomatic side. So that's the side we want to focus on in terms of treatment. So when Moses is opening his mouth and closing it, it's pulling to the right side first. So it's not synchronized. When it's closing, so we watch it open, we watch it close. Whichever side it pulls to first before it pops back to the center, that's the side that we want to focus on clinically. That's the side that we would consider that is symptomatic. So in terms of treatment, I would be, at this moment in time, I'd be more focused on Moses' right side. I said he had more range available on the left. So the question was, or the comment, I said he had more movement on, sorry, what was it? I said he had an issue on the left. I said that he had an issue on the left side, but he actually had more movement available on the left side. But when we think about the right side being the symptomatic side, it makes sense because the tissue on the left, the jaws, it wants to go to the left more than the right. So we're coming just up under the angle of the mandible to feel for the medial pterygoid. Okay. So when we're doing this, we definitely want to glove up.